Hey everybody, Greg Cazillo from Cazillo.com. Last weekend, I think it was last weekend, anyway, I did a back on my feet 5K race. It was a benefit 5K in Philadelphia, right in Center City. I think it's Center City. I guess it's not Center City. Over by Boathouse Row and by the Art Museum. And so it was a lot of fun. I had a couple other photographers come out, and I invited other photographers to come out and shoot. And I actually ended up giving each of them individual jobs and individual types of photos to capture. And from what I could tell, they all had success getting those, and they were all end up using different techniques in order to shoot those images. I'm not really going to concentrate on that stuff today. What I am going to concentrate on what I was doing, what I was thinking, the things that was going on, and also share with you some clips of video that Kathy shot of me. So I'd say first thing I want to go over is equipment. What was I thinking? What was I working on? What did I have with me? So equipment here. First thing you see here is my, you're probably going to ask me about lenses and bodies, all right? I have my 300 2.8 on. I have my D3 on that 300 2.8, and then I have my D3S on my Black Rapid on my side with a 24 to 70 lens on. Now, in the back of me there, you'll see my gloves, my red gloves hanging out. That's the top and bottom. That's that red thing that actually kind of stuffed in my belt. Then in behind that is, trying to think what that other thing in the back of my belt or in the back of my bag is actually the Think Tank Hydrophobia 300 to 600 because it was pretty cool and there was a threat of rain. And we were a little walk away from the car, so I didn't want to have to worry about that. So I ended up said, you know what, I'm just going to take it with me. Now, dangling in the front real low is also my 70 to 200 Hydrophobia. And again, it's just in case so that I can put one on each body and I don't have any issues. Now, a lot of times in an event like this, I like to have a bag where I can just work and I don't have to think about it. And that's what this bag does for me, which is the Think Tank Wired Up 20. I can put a body and a couple of lenses in here. Actually, I have my coffee cup stuffed in this one, and that's actually what this is for a coffee cup or a bottle. I forget what it's called. Test drive bag. Actually, it's a really good one for water bottles, trust me. Then this one I'm able to drop a lens in here, and depending upon my lens configuration and what I think I'm going to need to shoot that day, I also might take this one, which is another test drive bag, but it'll hold a body or some other little stuff inside, okay? But I can take those little inserts out and just put a body in there. And if I need another drop-in, I'm dropping all kinds of stuff here. If I need a drop-in for my 70 to 200, this is the LC75 pop-down, which is really good. I can put my 70 to 200 in here with the hood still extended and drop it in without any issue. So that's a really good option for me. And as you can see, it kind of crosses my body. Easy to carry. My hands are free. I can switch lens to body like you see there, me doing quite often between the horizontal, or between the long lens and the short lens. Now, this shot right here with me getting ready for them to start was a shot that I've wanted to do for a while. First thing let me back up. When I was going around and I was shooting all the other people, just individual shots, I just wanted a couple of those. Didn't want a lot, just wanted a few of those. Just a couple faces, couple things. But then this is a shot I've wanted to do for a while at the start of a race like this. And it really turned out well, as you see in the photos here. You know, one after another, just kept shooting, made sure to get focused. Obviously, I'm standing right in the middle. People can run me over. Fortunately, I think I only had one person almost run into me. I think there were a few that almost ran into Kathy that people just don't look. They're not paying attention. And you know what? It didn't matter. It was fun. I got really cool photos, got faces, and that's the goal with something like this. You want faces, you want fun, you know. And as you can see, people were smiling. There's somebody that ran into Kathy. But anyway, it's to show that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of movement, a lot of everything going on. So it was a good way to start off the race and some really cool photos. So the next thing that we're going to be shooting is them coming back. Now, they're not going to be in this big group like this again. With a 5K race, I don't know if you've ever shot one. You're going to have a lot of people, as you see here at the end, walking. You're going to have a lot of people taking their time, maybe not jogging, maybe starting a little bit later, starting a little bit earlier. You know, you're going to have the guys that are really, really good runners, and they're going to get back in just a few minutes. But then you're going to have others there. I'm talking or saying something. Then you're going to have others that aren't going to be like that aren't going to be able to keep up. So that's where we're going to do one at a time, and you know, there'll be onesie twosie. Now, I have some photos here that I was shooting both with the 300-2.8 and also with the 24-70. Now, I actually ran out of shots on my 300-2.8, and I actually had Kathy swap that camera over and put in new cards in the 300. I personally like the photos with the 300 much, much better. The framing is basically the same, I think. Maybe I'm a little bit tighter with the 300, but I think the background is much, much nicer with that 300-2.8. And I also walked around because of the 300 thing, because it's the bokeh, the tighter everything, the blurrier background, all that stuff. And there you see I actually end up having time to put that think tank hydrophobia on the outside of the lens instead of just having it in my belt or in the back of the bag or something like that. And you also see the bag, I flipped it around to the back of me instead of having it in the front, which makes it a lot more comfortable to shoot with. As I'm following focus, sometimes I have my hand under, other times I like to put my hand on top of the lens with the 300. Since I have that monopod, it gives me a little bit more weight pushing down. I find it makes it a little bit steadier. Here we're doing a big group shot, which was a lot of fun. Get that big group, a lot of people together, and it's just a matter of working with them, waiting to get those last few in there. Typically, things like this are not super organized, so you get, oh, they're doing a group photo. Okay, let's get in there. Let's get in, you know. And then they start calling for people back there. So that's really what was going on here to get those other people, those other everything in that shot. So I have a big voice, and I can easily yell, get people's attention. So that's when I say, okay, here we go, and get everybody to look at me. There might be other photographers around, but that's I don't really worry about them. If they want a shot with people looking at them, then they can shoot before or after me. But I make sure that I'm the center of attention since I am the primary photographer on the shoot. They're paying me, or I'm getting paid in one way or another to make sure that I get the shots, and so that's what I want to make sure to get, and so that's why I make sure that I'm the center of attention, especially in a big group like that. I don't really think there's much else I wanted to talk about. It was just it was a bunch of tight headshots, a bunch of trying to get tight individuals. When I was shooting those individuals, I would shoot and I would focus and and recompose, and on a continuous mode. I was on an aperture priority most of the time, and I think that was pretty much it. It was just if there's a group of like 8 or 10 and they're staggered a little bit, I can go from one to the next, and again I'm looking in the camera and keep on shooting and shooting and shooting. It's not like shoot, look down, see how it is, and then keep on going. It's shoot, maybe check the last frame to make sure everything is still looking good, and then here's 10 more, bang, 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 bang. So shoot one and compose, and then move to the next, move to the next, move to the next, move to the next. And sometimes I might have to follow them a little bit until they get into the right position. So that's really what I'm doing when it comes to an event like this. This one, a 5K race or the triathlon kind of races, this is really the style that has worked well for me, and the images sell pretty well for me too. So I really can't complain. So questions, comments, concerns, did I miss anything? Do you have any other questions or anything? I'd love to hear them. Greg Cazillo, Cazillo.com. Thanks, guys. Keep shooting. See ya.